This could be any street, anywhere in the country. And this could be any house, but behind closed doors, many families are keeping a violent and terrifying secret. It is estimated that 1 in 4 families in the UK are affected by domestic violence, and the victims are usually women. It happens across the social spectrum, regardless of age, race, class and profession. I'm here with Detective Inspector Paul Barton from the Hampshire Constabulary to find out what the police are doing to help women in this situation and what women can do to help themselves. Paul, how do the police define a domestic violence call-out?
It can be physical, emotional or sexual abuse within the household between normally a couple. That can manifest itself in a number of ways. It can obviously be physical violence, which is extremely serious. It can be emotional abuse, where someone's been told they're worthless, they're ugly. It could be simple things where the husband is keeping money away from the wife.
Are you in? We're playing at? What are you playing at? Hey? You phoned me down the pub when I'm with my mate.
Get off of me, you're hurting me. Please take your hands off. You're hurting me.
Are you saying sorry?
You're hurting me.
Are you saying sorry?
You're hurting me.
Look at yourself. You don't make any effort. You don't even dress nicely. I'm embarrassed to be singing with you.
Well, it's really hard for anybody that hasn't been in this situation to understand why women stay so long. And women don't simply seem to talk about it. What are the reasons you think for this?
Well, what astounded me the most was that on average it takes 35 attacks before the woman actually comes forward and contacts the police to seek help, which is quite frightening in itself. Now, the reasons that a lot of women don't come forward, they're embarrassed, for instance. They don't want people to know what's been going on behind closed doors. Normally the male partner will portray that everything's rosy and sunny at home in front of his friends and his family, and that's clearly not the case. They also fear the consequences. If he's not arrested, if he's not prosecuted, then what's going to happen? If the police come, is it just a quick fix? So that's another reason. They've also got a very low self-esteem, and probably the most important reason is they don't think they're going to be believed. But I can assure you that the police do take these things seriously.
You know, I think the point that you just made about that, obviously they'll be embarrassed about it, but also the fact that they're probably told not to say anything, and the consequences could be worse if they did tell anybody about it.
You're told.
Get off me.
You're told you're going to learn.
Get off me.
You're going to learn.
Get off.
You're going to learn today. I'm telling you.
Get off me.
You are going to learn.
What actually are the police doing when they're called out?
The first thing we'll do is say if any offences are identified, then the perpetrators are arrested straight away and they're taken back down to the police station, remove the problem, and that's the first thing we'll do.
Hello. Hi.
You're hurting me.
What are you doing?
We'll then sit down with the lady in general and we'll take a statement from her as to what's happened. We'll take photographs. Most of the patrol cars, certainly in Hampshire, carry the Polaroid cameras so we can take instant photos. So what's quite common is the lady will have a couple of days to think about it. By that time, family, friends, even the perpetrator themselves got back to her and got at her and talked her into not making a complaint. So at least if we secure the evidence there and then, we can sometimes prosecute regardless of what the wishes are of the victim.
So what happens if a woman's called you out to a domestic violence situation, but it hasn't actually happened then, it's happened previously, but she's scared, she's living in fear of that attack happening the next time? What can you do to help her in that situation?
If you think you need to leave in a hurry, then it's a good idea to have an escape plan and perhaps have a pre-packed bag, but take some of the essentials that you're going to need with you. Things like passport, driving licence, if you've got children, then a benefit book. If it's a quick exit that they're looking for, then again, we can come around there, we can ensure that they're given the transport they need to get away, and we can put them in touch with other agencies such as Women's Refuge and social services that can then give them the help that they need to hopefully start their new lives.
So what if a woman doesn't want to leave her home, but she just wants her partner to stay away?
Well, if they've got a court order, injunction or even bail conditions stopping them making contact, then if they feel that the person is getting close to them or has made contact, then they can ring 999 and the police will come around and deal with that.
It's my husband, he's back.
It's important to know that the police actually keep keep copies of injunctions and bail conditions, so they'll be familiar and aware of the domestic circumstances that have been going on in the past. So that way the calls will be treated urgently.
What would you say to any woman who's experiencing a domestic violence situation now?
I think things I would say to a woman in this situation is, you're not alone, it's not your fault, and we can help you and we will believe you. And it's important that you tell someone what's going on to stop this from happening again.